In 2006, ABC News anchor Bob Woodruff was at the height of his career when he was sent to war-torn Iraq. While he was there, an improvised explosive device detonated, striking his vehicle. Bob and his cameraman narrowly survived that blast. Bob was left with a traumatic brain injury. Now, years later, Bob is taking viewers on a remarkable journey from his years-long recovery to his path back to Iraq, where he nearly died 17 years ago. Let's take a look now at the new ABC News special, After the Blast, The Will to Survive.
Thinking about go back to Iraq.
Really?
I think of the possibility for sort of a little closure, you know, from your experience. I wish you luck anyway. Love you.
You want to go back there partly to see what's happening in the country, but also kind of get rid of this guilt from your soul.
And Bob Woodruff is here in studio with us tonight. It is so good to see you, my friend.
Oh, thanks for having us.
So we see there that you went through this physical recovery, but now we're actually watching you mentally recover from what you went through. Why talk about this now? Why showcase this now?
You know, I guess not so much to talk about it in the sense that I've really been talking about it for the last 17 years for the kind of, you know, missions we've had to try to get people wake up about the wars and what's happened with the veterans. But, you know, I also have this feeling that I've been wanting to go back to this exact spot where we were targeted almost 18 years ago now. Because, one, I wanted to sort of say goodbye to it. You know, since I wanted to go back, and really what I always consider is finishing that assignment that we had. But the other one is the vehicle that we were in was an Iraqi vehicle when we were hit. And one of the others that was wounded was an Iraqi gunner on the top, and I've never met him before. I'd never really known many details about what happened to him, and I just wanted to see him. So I got a chance to meet him on that site where we went, and I could see that he had both of his middle fingers blasted off by that IED explosion while, you know, shattered my left part of my shoulder and my skull, and Doug, my cameraman, on his head too. So I just wanted to meet them for the first time, and just also to tell them, you know, we're here, we've survived, to give them some relief on it too.
You talk about that guilt of not finishing the work that you had started. Run us through some of the emotions that you felt as you were driving to that site.
You know, the guilt in the sense that I felt like we didn't finish our job, right? That's one. It's kind of a simpler thing. I think the other one, in terms of the guilt, is that anybody that I'm so close to so many veterans that have gone through similar things, the one that's the most painful, I think, is to leave safely after something like that, leaving behind those that are worse, killed, badly wounded, or just those who have to continue to stay there and take the risk.
And your son, Mac, just 14 years old when you were injured, you went back with him. He's now a cameraman, a photographer, and he captured some of the emotions of this trip. Take a look.
It's been my dream to come back and at least finally see the place and just tell those that were there and witnessed it that we're okay.
You're all right, brother. Don't worry.
Matt can tell you that I'm a crybaby anyway. That's true.
Hard not to get emotional watching that. So going through it, I can't even imagine. What was it like having Mac there facing you as you're going through this journey?
I know. Well, the first thing I think about is it responsible as a father to be okay with your son going back to a former war zone, really? It's not as dangerous like it was back then. There's that feeling about, is that responsible as a father to do that? I'm fine because he's now 32 and he's in the same industry. He's been to Ukraine 4 times anyway, towards the front line. So it's not like I can take this out of his own soul.
How did he respond to the entire experience?
You know, he had some tears too a little bit. And he's certainly not a crybaby like his father, but it's a lot of emotion for him to go back there because, you know, he was 14 when this happened and he knew what the world had become because of it. But he wants to see him, I guess, for him to see his father take him to that exact spot.
You have channeled your harrowing experience into the Bob Woodruff Foundation. How important has that been for you to take your tragedy and turn it into a triumph for veterans?
You know, this is, sometimes I say, the only good thing about being blown up in this case is that you're able to do something that's much more satisfying and fulfilling than I probably would have done. And now it's been more than 17 years and we've raised more than $150 million and put in the hands of veterans programs and around the country. So we've had the bless to be able to pull it off. So that one feels good. And that's one of the main reasons about going back, is to make sure that people still know that there are wars. The sad thing, you've got stories all day you've told about Gaza and Ukraine, right? They're still here, you know, and we're going to have people that are serving the country. These things are not going away. We're not going to have unending peace, let's put it that way. So we got to remember, you know, they're here to protect our country, and they've done so much on voluntary military.
I hope you don't mind me saying, but off camera I told you you're a miracle. You said you're just a lucky guy getting to serve our veterans out there.
Yeah, you know, listen, that's the one that really bothers me, because it's absolutely not the case. You know, why is that? Than others that were just killed instantly, other ones that were badly wounded, even worse. I mean, there's nothing there about something from above that says we picked you to survive. I just have a feeling that it's definitely not a miracle. I think it's just a little bit of, I mean, there's certainly a lot of faith, certainly in this situation. But I just kind of feel another feeling of guilt if someone says it's a miracle.
Well, we are definitely lucky to have you.
Let's put it that way.
Your family's lucky to have you. We are lucky to have you as a colleague, and the world's lucky to have you to serve our veterans. We appreciate you being here, Bob. And you can catch ABC News Studios After the Blast, The Will to Survive, streaming on Hulu. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.